I've recorded videos about this in the past, and to this day, one of the most common questions that I still receive is, how do you get your clients to pay you with a credit card? It's really not that hard. Now, when we first got started, we've been in business, we just turned 10 years old. When we first got started, I guess it was a couple years into the business, we started doing this, and it was one of the best things we've ever done in our business. Now, back at that time, there were only a couple companies that I knew of that were doing this in our local market, and that is where I got the confidence to try it. I at least saw somebody else doing it. And so we implemented it. But when I implemented, I tried letting the client put a card on file, and if they didn't pay by a certain day, we would auto charge the card. We tried charging the day after performing the work. We tried charging the week after. We've tried all kinds of scenarios, and the one that ultimately worked the best was charging your credit card the week after on a specific day. And that's what we do to this day. Now, I have clients through Service Autopilot all over, and I know that in certain markets like Seattle, Washington, and New Jersey, maybe Arizona, there's different parts of the country where this is less prevalent. You don't see a lot of companies doing this, yet we have Service Autopilot clients doing this very successfully. I know for a fact this works in every market. Technology has changed so dramatically, and the way people think about paying for things and money, and just look at cell phone usage, and now you have Apple Pay and all of this technology coming to devices to auto pay, everything's changing. Fast food restaurants now accept, and they have for a very long time, accept credit cards at the window. They didn't back when, to my best of my recollection, they didn't back when I started requiring that a client pay us with a credit card. Things have changed dramatically. Yes, you'll still have some older couples and some maybe in some cases military families that can't pay with the credit card, but the vast majority of people will. And the key to it is you have to be confident on the phone, and you have to say, this is how we do it, so that you and your team don't have the option to accept check payment, but you don't have an out. The confidence is a big one, and I've mentioned this before in videos. In the beginning, I was not confident, and I was not having success getting the credit card. When I realized the problem was with me, and I made it very simple. All we need is a credit card you'd like to pay with to start service. Something that simple, and then I just pause and wait. And then if they questioned me about it, I'd explain it, and I'd answer their questions. That really made it easy. And then the second thing is when we finally said, okay, no more exceptions, because we would make exceptions if you're military, we'd make exceptions if you're an older couple, we'd make these exceptions, and then that made it easy for the team to make exceptions. The next thing you know, we're only getting credit cards from 6 out of every 10 people. When we finally said no more exceptions, that made it work better as well. When we tried charging the day after, that worked, but I didn't like it because there was nothing worse than breaking a sprinkler head, or the back gate was unlocked and the lawn didn't get mowed, or something else not going quite right, and then we charged the client before the job was done perfectly. I believe it's a better experience to charge the client the week after you've had plenty of time to clean up, fix, apologize, make right anything that you might have messed up or not got done. And so that's how we do it. I'm telling you, across the board, across the U.S., this is not a problem. Companies in every single market are very successfully doing this, and no one has ever come back to me and said, man, I wish I had waited another year to do that. Nobody, everybody universally says this is one of the best things I ever did in my business. To implement credit card charging, be confident when you ask for the card. Don't make exceptions, and know that no matter what market you're in, your competitors are successfully doing this, and they're getting benefits that you're not getting because they've implemented it in their business.